Good day, world. Welcome here to episode 13 of BSV Explain Like I'm Five. Today we have a very special guest, a wonderful woman named Britt Trago. She's an ocean defender, and her company, which she is the chief impact officer of, Universal Plastic, is leading the way for ocean defenders worldwide with the accountability of the BSV blockchain. Yes, that's BSV. B like Bitcoin, S like Satoshi, and V like victory. We are winning here worldwide with the BSV blockchain and all of the amazing folks that are stepping forward to do their part to make the world more wonderful every day. So, welcome to this space, Britt.
Hi, thank you very much for the introduction.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so grateful to Krez for having introduced us together today. And I wonder, I believe you are there based in Spain. So, how are
Yeah,
you doing today, Britt?
I'm doing great. Today was a busy day, but the sun is shining. Yeah, it's a good day so far, and now it even gets better with the interview here on Twitter Space.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I
And
hail
your
here
day?
from
How was your day?
Marietta, Georgia. Thank you. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing, the bees are buzzing, and yes, the birds are chirping in the trees here in Georgia. So, in
Amazing.
Georgia, we are mostly a wetland territory. We have a lot of creeks and rivers that then flow south down to Florida, where we have many pristine beaches. We're very fortunate here uh, in in the southeastern United States to have many beautiful beaches. And I understand that you have been a surfer and a lover of the sea for a long time. Is that right?
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I grew up on a boat in the Netherlands. My dad, he has a boat in a lake, so I grew up surrounded by water. So I think there my love for the ocean, or well, actually for water, came to life. And always being connected to places that is near to a lake, a beach, a river, and this is a bit how it grew.
Ah, that makes sense. How wonderful. And when did you first notice some pollution or maybe some rubbish that needed to be picked up near the water? Were you a small child at the time, or can you
Yeah,
still
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that?
No, no, I can remember for sure. I think I was like 6 years old when we in the Netherlands started to do a yearly waste collection with the whole community. And then we would all come together and go for a whole day cleaning up wherever we could reach our hands. And
Hmm.
so this is really the start of when I saw the big problem of pollution. And yeah, I think everywhere you go, especially near to water bodies, you will always find plastics thrown around, no?
Mm.
But it, yeah, already from a young age, I was confronted by it.
Yes. And so you've had this passion, a lifelong passion, we could say. And
Yeah.
I saw in your studies, you went to the Wageningen University in the
Wageningen,
Netherlands.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you pronounce it?
Wageningen.
Wageningen.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And this is a
Yeah.
very special school because they
Yeah.
focus on the permaculture and sustainable systems with farming and
Yeah.
agriculture. So,
Yeah.
what was your experience like at that university?
Yeah. So, like, I also have a big passion for, I think everything that has to do with increasing your impact on the planet and in a good way. It really draws my attention. So also sustainable agriculture is something that really inspires me a lot. So I did organic agriculture as a master. Well, no, I did organic agriculture, and I did international development. So I did two masters at the same time, and
Wow.
um, and it was really interesting to, on the one side, see how development within companies goes in a sustainable and socially good way, and at the other hand also experience like the farming side, really use your hands, and think about ecosystems, learn about how plants grow. So this was a very, I think, a very good combination.
Certainly. Yes. And the industry is booming nowadays with the advent of the ESG acronym and
Yeah.
also the CSR acronym. And this is,
Mm,
especially in Europe, a great opportunity for companies to participate. But we have seen that there's another term out there called greenwashing. So
yes.
sometimes the data is unverified. And what you're doing is so unique because you are actually accountable for the information because you are utilizing the BSV blockchain, which is the immutable ledger, to
Yeah.
record the activities. And then it's kind of like the notary, I believe, just verifying that the participants in your program or within your app are actually doing what they're saying they're doing. So, how did you come about to be in technology from your very earth-based background?
I was traveling a lot alongside the coast in Spain, and this is where I met Albro. It's the CEO of our of Universal Plastic, and in the hostel that he has in Gijon is a surf hostel. They always did waste collections after surf classes, or they organize like a trip and do waste collections on beaches. So there they were always really involved in taking care of plastic waste, right? And he also created a sustainable surfboard brand, and with the money he raised with this brand he would pay the waste collections, like making sure everyone has gloves and all these kind of things, right? And then
Hmm.
we noticed that it was we had such a difficulty with scaling up and showing our impact, that we were looking for something to grow and to scale this impact. And this is the moment when in this brand that he grew, or he made, he was also
Hmm.
selling t-shirts with organic cotton. And there there are companies using blockchain to verify where the cotton is coming from. So
Ah.
with the idea that okay, we are doing waste collections, we want to do more, we want to scale it up, we want to do this all over the world, we want to show what the impact is. And with the knowledge we were getting from this like organic cotton that we were using in the t-shirts, we were like, okay, we have to combine these two things. And then the third piece came in, and it's a friend of Alvaro, and he is a marine biologist. And he really helps in like developing the data part, the scientific data part, because that's also a really big part in our project, right? So scaling up, making sure that people can earn money, and creating this data gap, or filling up this data gap, all at the same time that everything is notarized. This is where kind of the roots started.
That's beautiful. And this is a sustainable system. You are systems developers.
Yes,
So,
we are. Yeah, well, yeah, you can say it like that. Yeah.
right. Oh, how wonderful. And I know that I watched many of your videos on YouTube where you
Okay.
show in Spanish as well as in English how to
Yeah.
use the app. And it looked like that was geared towards individuals. So I love
Yeah.
that because every individual can make a difference. You know,
Yeah.
every bit of volunteering, it has an impact. And then you even provide this financial incentive to those folks
Yeah.
who feel called to go out and pick up the rubbish all along the seashore.
Yeah.
So I wonder, how about at a larger scale? Will what you're doing with universal plastic be able to pick up garbage that has gone deep into the ocean one day?
So this is really like we create this system as well. Actually, our company is a data management company, right? So we are built to scale up. So of course our goal is to incentivize, motivate, but as well value all the people that are putting their efforts in cleaning up all this waste, no? So yeah, for sure our goal is that in all places our app can be used, and where people can be like valued for their work, and at the same time collect a huge amount of data on which we can do research.
Yes, I think that is interesting that you are impacting on the individual level and then also gathering the data, that because it's verified data on the blockchain, this can be trustworthy to be used to present to policymakers because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
data
we
is
kind of
immutable.
yeah, we kind of mint digital assets, right, of the waste collections that are being done by organizations or by individuals. And because we, in order to commercialize those assets cross border, we use blockchain to make this all happen within yeah, within framework, the legal framework.
That's wonderful. And you have on your website a saying, it says, "Become blue." And I know you
Yeah.
just attended the Blue Conference. Let's see. I
Yeah.
saw it on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. And so, what
Yeah.
does this mean? Where did "Become Blue" come from?
So I think we really want to, nowadays it's very popular, like go green, sustainability is connected to going green, but actually way larger amount of our planet is blue, right? And we should have this into account, that we have to protect our blue even more maybe than our green. So this is where we came up with Become Blue, and this is where companies can, yeah, come to us to make action with their company by collecting plastic waste, or by financially supporting the people who are collecting waste with our application. So company can come to us and they can say, "Hey, Brit," or "Hey, Aura," or "Hey, whatever, someone from our team," and they say, "We want to become blue," and we will help these companies to integrate the blue economy into their practices, by collecting plastic waste for them out of the ocean.
Yay, this is very empowering. I love it. And
Yeah.
you are there saying about "Become Blue," and companies can become blue even with their investment. So I understand it is kind of a carbon credit trading that is quite popular. So is that something that your app can deliver? Some kind of carbon credit tokens?
At the moment we are not very in the carbon credit world, because it's a very unregulated world and we don't want to get into something that is not well done. That's why we are
Hmm.
doing a lot of scientific studies to find a way and to calculate what is really the impact of collecting plastic out of the ocean. This is also what we are
Hmm.
doing together with Basaruto Center of Scientific Studies. It's based in Mozambique, and there we are doing a lot of research on the correlation between plastic and carbon. So at the moment, what we deliver are really the digital assets of the fact that the waste collection has been done. So you started the beginning of this interview about greenwashing, right? And
Yes.
nowadays there are a lot of companies that, for example, plant trees, or they collect kilos with some kind of projects, and then they communicate this with their customer. Yeah, so for example, they sell books, and on their book they can put like, we have planted so many trees, or we have collected so many plastic by selling this book. But then at the end, if I buy this book, I don't really know if it really happened. There are a lot of scandals, for example, with Vera or Gold Standard. And this is exactly where we come in. We can show that when a company makes a campaign like this, no, like we collected 2,000 kilos from the ocean, that their consumers can scan a code and can literally see who picked up how the amount of plastic in which specific beach. So we kind of create a lot of transparency in this chain of this upcoming new kind of campaigns that companies are doing.
Oh, thank you. And I saw on your tutorial on YouTube with the Universal Plastic YouTube channel that you are a part of the process in the app taking photos of the items that are collected. So all of
Yeah,
that data is then secured and referenced. And that could be
yeah,
amazing because then later you could even go back and, I guess, with AI, analyze what types of waste are occurring where to even
yeah.
track the waste flows on the earth.
Yeah, so we have like there are four steps that we notarize in the application. So people have to take before pictures and after pictures, and we pin their geolocation. And every time it's like a notary is walking next to you, no? So every time you pick something up, instead of the notary putting down on the paper that you did it, blockchain BSV is notarizing it. And then we also have a step where you have to scan all the plastic that you collected. And in this scan or in the camera of our application, we integrated artificial intelligence that is able to scan the types of plastic, the amount of plastics you collected, the sizes. So with our AI, we kind of enrich this data set.
That's fantastic. And as you are gathering the plastic and then putting it into the receptacle or the recycle bin, then what happens after that? Do you have any visibility into the next step in the process?
So at the moment, our application motivates people to bring plastic from a water body to B an officially designated area where you can put your rubbish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after this, at the moment, we are, for example, working together or trying to work together with organizations that make art out of it or make a new product out of it. So this is what we are now really working towards. Because, for example, if you create a new product with the waste that came from the ocean, with connected to our application, you create a digital passport, a digital product passport for the products that are being produced, right? So you
Ah,
can like for if you make glasses out of plastic from the ocean, you can say that the series 500 to 1000 were made from this specific plastic, and you can see it from the onda. So because our digital assets are called ondas, ocean
ondas.
notarized digital assets. Yeah, it's got in Spanish it means wave. It's like the
Ah, yes, the ocean wave.
yeah, ocean wave.
Oh, Nito, onda. And so, and because of your and Alvaro's surfing background, as the surfing community, that is really resonates with you, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. And it's like the the on that like a wave. It trend like it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So this is what we want to once we what we want to achieve, but then in a digital way.
Yes, that Hoku size, massive tidal wave all around the
Yeah,
world with your impact.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And so, what has happened since you've started to be involved and created this Onda app? What has the
Hmm.
experience been for you and your colleagues?
It has been a roller coaster, to be honest. It's I just finished my master's, and then I got into this amazing project together with Alvaro. Adria, it's the tech guy, it's the geek behind all the technology of our application. He's the wizard. And then we have Mario Lebrato, and he is the scientific part of our team. So a year ago, we created Universal Plastic, and from there we started developing the application. How do we want it to work? How can we really support the people who are using the application? And I was really part of this social side of the application, right? I really wanted it to be suiting the people who are going to use it. So we were, for example, in contact with an organization in India, and they used a lot our application, gave us feedback, and in this way, we tried to develop it in such a way that it was user friendly for the end user. And Yeah, it was a roller coaster. I mean, when you work in a startup, I think people who also have a startup, they recognize this a lot. You have to do everything. You do the communication, the marketing, you do a bit of tech, you do everything. I learned a lot in the last year.
Oh, very good. Good for you. And it sounds like you have a small team, but you have a bit large impact. So that's
So yeah,
excellent.
so we grew like in 2023. We were like a team of 8 when we were developing the application, because we needed more people at the back end. And when the app was done, we published it in January. We came back again to the original group because yeah, we didn't need anymore this intense development of the application.
And then you've attended a wide array of conferences because
Yeah.
I followed you on LinkedIn since last year. So I
Oh wow.
often see you speaking and giving presentations at a variety of corporations as well as conferences. So I've been your fan for a while now. And I remember first seeing you at the London Blockchain Conference 2023, and that was
Yeah,
there
that's where I met
beside
Chris.
Mr. Abbey. Yes. So what was that like when you attended the conference there?
It was a really great experience. I remember like the main thing I remember is that everyone was really supportive in the BSV community. It was also really nice that people were very enthusiastic to see BSV apply to a project that really has impact on the planet. I think until
Yes.
now, BSV has a very like cryptocurrencies, very technical things. So it was a very, yeah, I mean, pioneering, I think, project for many people that is touchable and you can really see what impact it can have. So that's why I felt a lot of support there. I met Chris. He's amazing. We had a lot of talks. We did a little interview there, and I really liked the blockchain conference there in London.
Oh, good. Yes, I was there as well. And I remember seeing your video interview that Krez had made. And I said, wow, what an amazing person. I want to follow them, follow what you're doing. So,
Yeah,
again, today with this ELI5 spaces, again, it's a dream come true because I have this opportunity to engage in a conversation with you and find out what motivates you and what you're learning, and also the amazing impact, the ripple effect of what you're doing is having as you
yeah,
continue to scale for the whole world. And you had touched on the fact that you have received some feedback from different users of the Onda app in India, and I understand you also have a global reach with the app. But how can
yeah,
everyday people get involved? Maybe friends from my hometown or friends from the BSV ecosystem that are based all around the world. What can we do to join in with the impact that you're having at Universal Plastic and the Onda app?
So the app, you can download it. It's called Universal Plastic. So you just go to your app, like your app store or whatever, and you download the application, and there you can start your waste collection. And it works kind of as a social media platform because you can see other profiles as well. So you can create in your profile all the waste collections you have been doing. And It works a bit like this, right? So if a company puts um, their campaign on your region, you can earn money from it. And if there's no campaign there, then you can do it like in a way that you collect the data and that you kind of fill up your profile. And So everyone all around the world can start tomorrow or even today doing a
Mhm.
waste collection and use the application to notarize that you did it.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll start today. I know a
That's
lot of
good. Well,
places where
you
there's a
should make
lot of,
a
yeah,
well, and then the nice thing
yeah,
is
I could make a video.
yeah, you can make a video, and at the end, when you finished your waste collection, then you created this onda, right? And the link of this onda you can share with the BSV community.
Yes, and then we can rally each other on to participating.
Yeah,
And then that would help your team because you would be receiving more data and it would just be good. It's always good for more users to use the technology
yeah,
because then it helps you scale.
yeah,
So, ooh, that'll be such fun
yeah,
too.
for
And
sure. Yeah,
I know that so many times when you pick up trash and you along the roadside, maybe oftentimes on the highway or a busy street, there'll be a lot of rubbish there in the grass.
yeah,
So, I've definitely enjoyed going to pick it up before, but then the next day you walk by, oh, the garbage is there again.
yeah. No,
And
but
you say, oh no, what use is it?
this is so yeah. This is a very hard part of doing waste collections, right? But that is why it's so important that like as universal plastic we don't only gather the data. I mean, there are some other applications that are also really gathering data of plastic waste collections, but the thing that brings a lot of value is that everything is notarized, no? So when we are going to use this data to go to policy making to policies or to politics for policy
Yeah,
making, this
policymakers.
data
Yeah.
has a lot of it has so much more value than just a random data set.
Exactly, because the random data sets are just he said, she said.
Yeah,
But how do we know for sure?
yeah,
But with the notarization on the blockchain, then it's verified. And you can say, look at the record, it's all here.
yeah. No, for
And
sure.
any changes, you can see those too. We update everything.
Yeah,
So it's a clear, transparent record. And I think that this will help unify all the people to make a positive action because maybe different terms, like with ESG, that was very popular in the past few years. And sometimes it could seem like an empty word. Like it sounds like, oh, I want to do good, but oh, they're just sounding like they're doing good. They're not really doing good.
yeah,
But when you have the record notarized and you can encourage this incentive based market or this blue economy, then it lends credence to the word, to the term ESG. And it makes it become even more meaningful
yeah,
because hey, all those people involved over there, they showed me the record. They really are making a positive impact on the environment.
mm,
Let's go join in there where the record is transparent.
yeah.
And then you get more people to get involved and join in being a part of the positive solution in the whole environment.
That's
So
exactly
I think that
what we aim
you
for.
are leading the way.
Mm.
Yes. And so what have you seen with interacting in different cultures, different experiences that you've had. Have you experienced any pushback from people when you are presenting the app or your opportunity?
I think maybe at the beginning it is hard to make people use the application because they have to understand the new technology. But once they use there's a really strict protocol in the application. So after a while they start telling us like what it really also structured the way we do our waste collection, because we do first step 1, then step 2, then we scale, then we scan, then we throw away. So the application has also kind of structured their waste collection. And since people can join beforehand, they can also see the who is attending the waste collection. So in the beginning, sometimes they were like, new technology, new application, difficult. But when they got like skilled in it, they saw that it also helped their waste collections to be more structured.
So they recognized it as a game changer.
Yes.
Oh, that's fabulous. And here in my hometown, I am constantly faced with plastic. We always will buy some, maybe we buy some sliced fruit at the grocery store, and there's the
And
plastic covering,
yeah,
the styrofoam.
yeah,
And then oftentimes at most of the grocery stores, we still have many, many plastic bags.
yeah,
Or when you get a to go order at a restaurant,
yeah,
you often have styrofoam or a plastic container together with the plastic bag.
yeah,
And then there are some German grocery stores like a Lidl or Aldi that are here in my hometown, and they do not provide any bags. You have to buy a bag
yeah,
if you want to have a bag. And so they're kind of leading the way there. And then certain grocery store chains, they will have their own adorable to go bags that you can purchase and then reuse again and again and again.
yeah,
And they're probably also made of plastic, but they're more woven together. And so it's reusable and washable and very convenient. But still, most of us, we always will have these plastic bags. And then there's really no place to recycle the plastic bags. So I think that maybe by using this app, we could somehow raise awareness of where are the bottlenecks
yeah,
in our own plastic recycling processes in our own hometowns.
yeah.
And maybe it can inspire us or kind of call us to action to discover new ways to improve.
Yeah, I mean, I think
That's just
it's also about creativity, right? So of course with universal plastic we are now, I always like this example of it's like a bathtub overflowing, and all the water that's coming out, we're like mopping it up, right? So this is universal plastic trying to like clean up all the plastic that is coming into the ocean. But actually we should close the tap, right? So this is what we are doing then
ah
with the data. No, we try to influence policy making to be able to close the tap of producing plastic. So it's also about behavior of people. And what I wanted to say about creativity is like, why would you even use a plastic bag if you also can use like a carton bag or a carton, like I mean in the supermarkets here for example, the food comes in like carton boxes. So we asked them, hey, can we use one carton box to put our food in? And they're like, yeah, of course, take it. And then you don't use a plastic bag. And it's like such easy things you can implement by just thinking a bit outside of the box.
Yes, just raising awareness. And that's a part of what you're doing when you're reaching out to new communities and meeting people and speaking with them and sending out the word on social media, is that you are also uh, touching people's hearts and minds to say, oh, yeah, let me pay attention to this.
Yeah, no, no, for
So
sure.
many folks are just so busy, just going to work, they're
Yeah,
commuting, they're going to work, they're busy, busy every day, and they think, oh, let me run out and get a bite to eat for lunch. And, it's understandable to be
for sure.
distracted and not focused on this opportunity. But with the work you're doing, and then our conversation and more conversations, it can help us all to pay attention and see the opportunity of how we are empowered to make a positive impact.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, and also show that it's possible. Like, everyone can do something. You don't have to be super good at it, but at least a few things. You don't have to live plastic free. I mean, I understand that it's in some communities or in some lifestyles it's impossible, but you can become more aware of what you use.
Yes. Oh, and so that is a good point on economy. You mentioned blue economy.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean?
So the blue economy is an economy that well wants to grow and like make this money going around happen, but at the same time make sure that the health of the ocean is as well on number one, right? So we can have an economy, but it should not bring in danger the balance of the ocean. So that's really what is the blue economy about.
And is there, I think like what you're doing is you provide that incentive,
Yeah.
the recording and as well as the financial incentive
Yeah.
for people to get involved.
Yeah, I mean now,
And
yeah, sorry.
the, oh, no, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I just want to say like economy now does not see natural assets as something valuable, and that's why the economy is like destroying it. It takes it for granted, something like that is there forever. But in the blue economy, natural assets really play a role, and that's also what we are doing with our assets, right? We bring this social and environmental part, we bring it into value. So in an economy, this is how it works, right? If the market doesn't see any value in a person or in product, like the economy sees us as assets, and that's why we are taken care of. But the natural assets, they don't really exist in the current economy. So this is kind of what is changing in a blue economy, where we give natural assets as well value. So it has also been taken into this process of being taken care of.
Ah, yes. And that goes back to the creativity of people to create these incentives and new systems.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And we all have choices in an economy. We can choose what we do and where we buy and what we buy. And of course, plastic, it has been an amazing innovation in the sense of the ways that it's provided food to be delivered and maybe even preserved longer. There's many benefits
Yeah.
to it, but
Hi,
the way
healthcare.
that we, yes, and the ways that we then let go of it is what we need to improve,
Yeah.
and maybe even recycle it, how it can be reused in creative ways that we're not even aware of or haven't been done before.
Yeah. Yeah, just like how we invented plastic. No, we have to, like, a lot of people are also making biodegradable plastics. Not all of them are as good as they say they are, but I mean there are a lot of
Mhm.
people, smart people developing alternatives for using like the original plastic.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just amazing. Now, I have heard also that there is, I think it was on Earth Day, I saw a video about plastic islands in the ocean where all of the rubbish is culminating into one particular kind of mound or group of rubbish,
Yeah.
and that it's becoming almost a landmass.
Yeah.
So, is that something that you've researched as well?
We are really focused on places where people can come, because our app is really focused on as well the social impact of plastic. So these places in the middle of the ocean is not something where we particularly focus on. I think this is more something as, for example, like the ocean cleanup that goes with boats into the ocean and really collect plastic from like unremote places. But of course, I mean, at the end, all the like so much of the plastic that you throw away comes via a river into a lake and another river into the ocean. So at the end, everything is very connected to each other, and as well, these huge islands of plastic is so connected to what we are doing.
Yes. So we are starting out. We're making the difference we can.
Yeah.
And Britt, I would love to go ahead and download the app. Let's do an experiment.
That's good.
So I am going to the App Store and I'm typing in Universal Plastic. And I see it's your blue logo. You have the a blue hexagon
Yeah.
and it's very lovely. So I'll hit get. Yay. Okay, it's done. And now it is downloading. I've hit open and I'll allow notifications. I see again your blue logo and it says explore ocean regeneration. You have 6,467 kilograms collected
Yes.
and 763 euros of social impact. And then it says UPTs minted 18,754.
Yeah.
So, what is the UPT?
So the UPT it's a coin that we have within the application that kind of shows the impact you have by collecting plastic, right? So it is something that is within the application and that will get value within the application.
Oh, excellent. And it says log in. So, I will go through and log in here.
So the
Beautiful.
so the social
So,
impact is all the money that has been like received by the people that are collecting the plastic.
very good. So, all of the ocean
All
defenders
of the ocean
have
defenders.
received
Yeah.
that much money.
Yeah.
Wow. And they're paid in euros?
Depending of the country they're in. Yeah. So now we are
Okay.
yeah, we are trying to get like wallets in our application as well, and based on smart contracting that we can combine the ocean defender and a company that wants to put in the money. But we are developing this, and so if anyone is listening and wants to get into involved in ocean regeneration and helping us with putting in a wallet in the application, we reach out to us. But this is really what we are yeah fighting for, to get the wallet inside the application, and that people and everywhere can use their wallet to pay their food, for example.
Wow. So you can volunteer and do the Onda app with picking up all of the rubbish and then earn money from that, which you can then
Yeah.
go out to lunch with. And oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a seamless process.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Hmm.
Now, I'm here in the app. I see past and upcoming. So it seems like you have a lot of social events where friends can gather together. I see here Tanzania and other places where you have upcoming events.
Yeah, so these are the upcoming waste collections that are going to happen. So all over the world, people are yeah, like putting a waste collection or creating a waste collection in the application, and you can join, for example, this waste collection. So if you see like, hey, nearby For example, you get a pop up and it says, "Hey, there's a new waste collection that someone created nearby," and then you can say, "Ah, I want to join." So then together you can do the waste collection.
Oh, that's fun. That's like a meetup
Yeah, it's like
where you
meetup.
can meet like-minded people.
Yeah, and now like it's mostly used by organizations that really do like monthly or weekly waste collections. They really use this tool to unite people and to bring people together.
Yes, that's very special. I know that in Atlanta, Georgia, there's a lot of fraternities and sororities from the universities.
Yeah,
There's many universities in the city of Atlanta, as well as all across the state of Georgia.
yeah.
And what I often see is on the street, though, there will be a sign and it says, Kappa Psi Phi has sponsored this road with the cleanup. And
Ah,
so it
yeah,
lets everyone know that their organization has volunteered to keep this part of the community beautiful.
yeah,
And you can see this on the signs on the roads all over town. So it sounds like they could also get your app and have an event, have a corporate event
yeah.
where everyone gets involved and goes to the Chattahoochee River for a cleanup.
No, for sure, and they can use the application as well to do fundraising. So they will get a link, and with this link, they can get a lot of money for a waste collection that they will do with this money. So it also works as a like a notarized way of doing a fundraising.
Mm. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you're really ahead of the game because that is something I've seen, like, transparent donations.
Yeah,
So, how can we ensure that the charity or the nonprofit organization
yeah,
is using the money we've donated wisely? Well, it's all traceable
yeah,
when it's notarized.
yeah, yeah,
Now, I see here in the app it says all campaigns,
yeah,
universal plastic campaign for ocean regeneration, and there's two buttons. One says collect and one says contribute.
yeah,
So if I click collect, then I can give my location,
yeah,
and now it's taken me. Wow, it's got my location, Marietta, and then I could just begin. I hit the start button
yeah,
and I just will go around the main road and I'll pick up the rubbish
yeah,
and then I'll click scan plastic. And then when I've scanned it all, I'll take it to the garbage point. So I think what I need to do is find the recycle place for plastic in my town. I don't know where that is.
yeah. So this is also the more people are going to use our application, the more information we get about where are these recycling points, and we can also, for example, help you find your recycling points in your village.
Oh, that's great. Yes, because I think maybe in Spain, where you are based, you must already know, and it's already, it just auto populates in the app, probably.
Yeah, and in Spain, it's also very like all the yellow bins are for plastic recycling. So this is a very easy
Hmm.
system that is placed here in Spain. But in case, like for example, if in your town there is no option of recycling bins, and it's just important that you put it in a government bin, no, that we know that it's
Hmm.
gonna be taken away from the environment.
Right. It's the official recycler.
Yeah.
Well, good. Now, one thing that we do have in my hometown is we have a recycle collector that it's like the garbage truck, but it's the recycle truck,
Okay.
and they come on the same day as the garbage. And we
Yeah.
have this little plastic bucket that we put all of the plastic in,
Mhm.
or really all the recyclable products. It could be cardboard or paper,
Yeah.
and then the plastic or even aluminum cans.
Yeah.
We put them all together into the bin, and then the recycle truck comes by, picks it up, and then we don't see it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, my question would be I need to find out what is the state of that process? How are they doing? Where are they going? What is our local recycle system like?
Yeah, this is a
So
good question.
now,
Every
yeah,
government does
speaking
it
with
in a different way.
you,
Yeah.
right. So how do they do it where you are?
So here we have like there's a big company, Ecoimbis it's called, and they take care of the plastic that is being taken in, and from there they are using it they generate it in their flows of plastic use. So they really, like, for example, you say that in your town you can put everything together, but here you separate like glass, you separate carton, you separate plastic, you separate organic matter. So these streams are already like separated from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. And you've made me remember, something very popular with coffee here in the States is
Mm-hmm.
the K cup. This is the little tiny plastic cup that is full of coffee, and you put it in the Keurig machine,
Yeah.
usually, and Nespresso,
Ah.
and then it will give you one cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But it's a little plastic container, and
Yeah.
it's full of the wet coffee.
Yeah.
So afterwards, I don't think that can be recycled because you have all the coffee in it.
Yeah.
But people still put them in the recycle bin. So what I did is I did buy a reusable plastic K cup from the store,
That's
and
awesome.
then I just use it every day. That way, I just dump out the coffee once a week into the plants, and then
That's really good.
have that reusable.
Uh-huh.
So um, that's a good example of good plastic.
No, no, for sure, for sure.
When it's reusable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we
So, is
cannot
there
take.
anything?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think we don't have to take out plastic out of our lives. I think plastic can also have some good applications, especially I think in healthcare. But the most heavy thing is single use plastic, or plastic that is made to break in a short period of time, so you buy a new one. Like, this economy is something we really should get rid of, and this is really what is universal plastic is fighting for, by collecting all this data, notarizing with blockchain, analyzing it with AI, so we can influence policymakers.
Yes. Well, more power to you, Britt. I'm really inspired by you, and uh, just so joyful to have this opportunity to speak with you today. So,
Same,
thank you.
likewise here.
Yes. And I wonder, is there anything you'd like to leave the audience with today?
I think what for me is the most important thing, if you download or not download our application, but I really hope that you can get a bit like, how do you say, like, uh the spark of the energy about, maybe, of how I'm talking about plastic waste, that you kind of feel it in some kind of way, and then maybe tomorrow you think, I'm not gonna buy this water plastic bottle, but I will bring my own bottle, or I will do
Yeah.
waste collection, or I don't know, something like this, that like every small thing helps, and talk about it with other people, make people more conscious about the plastic crisis. And yeah, if you want to download the application, or if you want to get in contact with me, debate me, just give me a call, send me a text, and I'm more than happy to explore like new ways with everyone.
Oh, thank you, Britt. And I know you were just at the Mad Blue conference, but what are some other events that are on your radar this year?
So we are going as well again to the London Blockchain Conference. It's in May, right? This 22nd or 21st of May.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yeah. So we are there with the stands, and everyone, of course, is welcome to join this conference as well. And then we have another one as well in London. It's also about technology. and sustainability. And this summer we don't really have something planned of going to a conference yet.
Well, that'll be a good one. And the other thing that aligns with what you're doing is that the London Blockchain Conference 2024 is based at the Excel Center, which is on the water. It's right there in the port. And it's the historic port of London where the
Yeah,
ships would come in and dock. So you can feel close to the water and maybe
good relation, huh?
evaluate.
Yeah.
Yeah, say, "Hey, what
Yeah,
do
for
they,
sure.
how is it going over here? Let's get a." Oh, you know what? You could all do a cleanup. You could do a cleanup
Yes,
all together at the
we can
conference.
do
That
it.
would be
Yeah, we
amazing.
can do it. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing, there is a man that stands outside Westminster Abbey every day, I think. Both times I've been to the London Blockchain Conference in 2020 and in 2023, I have
Hmm.
seen this man. And there's the little park with all the statues of the historical
Yeah,
heroes in the park. We're
yeah.
just beside Westminster
Yeah.
Abbey, and he stands there holding up a sign, and he is talking about the plastic crisis, really, of the once use throwaway plastic and how it has become an epidemic. And he's standing there educating people.
Oh
So I
wow,
hope if
we should
you,
talk to him.
yes, please find him. He's right there on the corner. And you should be easy to see. It's easy for you to find him because he's holding all these plastic bottles up on a board and they're hanging down. And, he's just quite a sight to see. But
Yeah.
he is a wealth of knowledge and always gives good insight on different reports to look up for more information. And I don't know, maybe you could meet a new friend there.
Yeah, a new ocean defender.
Yes, a new ocean defender. He could work on the Thames. So maybe that could be his block. Right.
Amazing.
Well, thank you again, Britt. And I will continue to follow you and be your Uber fan, cheering you on and learning from you. So just know
So
that you have
much.
a lot of support.
Thank you so much. Very nice. And thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, it's our
And
pleasure.
we will see each other probably
Yes, I hope
in
so. Yes,
in
one
the
day I'd like
conference
to go to Spain. So, yeah, either at the conference or
or in
I'll have
Spain. Yeah,
to
of course.
go to Spain and see you there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
and also welcome to Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, Marietta is a
Wow.
wonderful
Yeah.
place. So, welcome
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah. Never
here.
been. Never been. So I will definitely contact you.
Okay, good. Yay. Well, thank you, my dear. And I'm very inspired. I hope all the audience is rallied up and that you've lit a fire in us so that we can go out and be ocean defenders and
Amazing.
really just a part of the process of awareness, being aware. What are we doing? What are we doing with
Yeah.
our things? And how can we be stewards of our earth and our
Yeah.
economy as well?
And apply technology to it. I mean, that's as well the main focus of UP, right? How we can use technology in a way that it benefits the planet.
Exactly. Well, thank you.
Well, thank
And
you very
thank you
much.
to all of our listeners. We love to see you
Mhm.
here in the chat room. And welcome to follow Britt on LinkedIn at Universal Plastic LinkedIn page, as
Yes,
well
and
as on
Instagram. We also have an
YouTube.
Instagram.
Oh, good. And an Instagram. Yeah. So follow on IG, Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Yes,
And always at the handle Universal Plastic.
perfect.
Yes, and you will see lots of bilingual content in Spanish as well as
Yeah,
English. So
yeah,
make sure to share with all of your Spanish speaking friends and your
yeah,
English speaking friends as well.
yeah. No, for sure. You can learn a bit of Spanish with us as well.
Bueno. Sounds like a
Perfect.
plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you,
Well, have a
Rory.
wonderful evening. Thank you, Britt. I hope to see you soon. And
Okay. Bye bye.
have
Ciao,
a
ciao.
bye. Ciao, ciao. Yes. Thank you to BSV Blockchain for our episode 13, lucky number for Explain Like I'm Five. We will welcome you all back next week to continue the conversation.